Your thoughts. Scale of 1 to 10, how impressive were the Lakers?
A 2.
A 2?
I only gave them a 2, Skip, because they won the game. I mean, let this sink in. Jenny just mentioned it in the read, Skip. The big three, at least, all three of them had at least 20 points. LeBron had to play 43 minutes. AD got it going in the second half. Russ hit a 3. I don't know where Russ hit this 3 from, considering how bad he missed the 3 before he took that one. And then it take a 28-footer from an undrafted rookie to beat the Dallas Mavericks without Luka Dončić? That's not impressive. That's not. The mere fact that LeBron had to play 43 minutes, the mere fact that you're in overtime with a team without their best player, and you have all three of your big guns, and it takes that in order to beat that team. No. Skip, the way LeBron started the game, I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to make quick work of y'all. Got out to a blazing start, hit threes from Brownsville. Later, he's going to hit one from Laredo.
Yeah, that's a long way.
That was you saw that when he put the logo in the third.
He logo LeBron.
Yeah, you saw that, didn't you? Okay,
yeah,
I'm glad
that
you
only
saw it.
counted 3, though.
Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about that. And then I was like, okay. And then LeBron kind of like put it in cruise control from there. I didn't think he was as assertive as he was to start the game. And, Skip, I'm perplexed. Something's got to be wrong with AD. There is no way, Skip, you can tell me AD can have more turnovers than points in the first half, and he's perfectly fine. I didn't even recognize him. I'm like, AD, what are you doing? You're right there at the basket. Stop passing it out. Stop trying to get...
Is his knee still aching?
Oh, okay with the sit down. Just go ahead and take a break because, Skip, if the knee is bothering you and it lingers, it's you don't make injuries. Injuries don't get better by playing a particular sport. I don't care what the injury is. You can't heal it by playing a sport. Take the time off and let's get healthy because this is not good. And then, but just the turnover, Skip. They had 14 turnovers. 10 of them come between Russ and AD. They had 10 of the 14. Skip, that's too many. I can't give them that. Like I said, the only reason I gave them a 2 is because they won the game. There was nothing else impressive about this because you needed all of that. You needed heroics. You needed LeBron to play 43 minutes, Russ to play 42 minutes, AD to play almost 40 minutes, and you needed think about what also you got skipping overtime. You needed 2 7-footers to collide together from the Mavericks, lose the rebounds. Wayne Ellington gets it, runs to the corner almost like a Ray Allen skip. The only thing is he didn't backpedal. He took it and ran, pump fakes the guy, hits a 3 just to get you to overtime. And you needed Austin Reaves to hit a 28-footer, and he got fouled, Skip.
He did.
In order to win you the game.
That is correct. You didn't need the foul.
No. Skip, but how you missed that foul, Skip? I guess they said, I
don't know. I guess because it went in. You missed it. It's blatant.
It's blatant.
Yeah.
So for me, Skip, they won. I'm going to give them a 2, but that's all I got for you.
I'm going to go you 2 better. I can't muster up any more on the 1 to 10 impress scale than a 0 for this one. I got a 0. I'm sorry.
I thought you give me 2 better. I thought you were going to give before. You mean 2 worse.
2 worse. But in my scheme of things, that's 2 better.
Okay.
Obviously, there's no Luka Dončić.
No.
He was the, once again, preseason favorite to win the MVP this year, even though he's looking a little heavy. But the point is, if he can't go, and they have a horrendous night from the three-point line. They shoot 27% from 3, and they actually made a few late, including one Kleba banker that was as lucky as you can get because the bank was open and he robbed it.
Yes.
Is what happened. Off the glass from a little bit of a side angle,
right.
But it was straight luck, and it followed up the rush shot that was, you could argue luck because I gave him like a 2% chance of making. He was 0 for 3, and all 3 of them had been West bricks.
Yeah, when he shot that, I was like, that's not...
Okay.
It went in.
Okay,
and Russ, I trust.
So as Shaq once said, one lucky shot deserved another.
Yes.
But if I even add that one on to the total, would you believe that the Dallas Mavericks missed 32 three-point shots last night? 32? and it went to the buzzer of overtime, well, that's just wrong. If you've got your big three, and AD's numbers aren't horrible, he got slightly outplayed by Porzingis. Who, they each had 12 rebounds, but AD had 20 points and Porzingis had 23 points. And look, Dallas won the boards 51-46 without Luka, obviously. So that's a bad sign. You did turn it over too many times. That's a bad sign. And yet, let's see what happens, shall we, down the stretch. So obviously, I'm only rooting for my bet. I don't really care whether Dallas or LA wins or loses. And I kept thinking, surely the Lakers, because you want to talk about couldn't hit the broadside of a Texas barn. They just couldn't. They couldn't connect on anything close to a three-point shot down the stretch of the fourth quarter. So let's see what LeBron did. Let's see his fourth three with 7:31 left in the third quarter, because he was stroking it, man. Yeah. I thought, you got this. This is his fourth. Oh,
this is the one. Yeah, this is the one he hit from Brownsville, Laredo area.
That's the one. That's the one that I said, okay, you got me. I said to myself, Shannon, you got me.
That's what I was thinking.
Because you bet me he would make at least five threes. And that made him 4 out of 6, which by LeBron standards, he came in making 35% of his threes. And he's a career 34.5% three-point shooter. That's a hot night. And usually he can cap it off. I'm thinking he'll at least make a couple of more somewhere along the trail. So can we then see what happened through the fourth quarter? Because we have 3 attempts in the fourth quarter. If we could see those, please, from LeBron James. This is to win the bet. To win the bet, I'm thinking, oh, he was leaning a little left and just barely ticked the side of the rim. And then we got another one. LeBron said, I got this one. Ooh, that was nothing but backboard. Ooh, nothing but backboard. And then this is a little bit of a force to win the game. And it was a little long. It wasn't a bad shot. But again, it was heavily guarded by Kleba. So again, but I thought one of those would go down. I actually thought the one that was nothing but backboard, when he let it go, I thought, okay, that looked like that was with conviction and authority. And I thought, okay, you got me. That's going to go in. And by the way, the middle shot, the one that hit nothing but backboard, was to they were down one, so that was with 1:21 left, and then 9.1 seconds was the one he sort of had to force up over Kleba, but that was to tie the game. Okay, now, you mentioned the Ray Allen shot back in Game 6 of 2013 NBA Finals, when I thought my Spurs surely had the championship in hand, as did most of the Heat fans, because they were pouring
Everybody was leaving. They were leaving.
Up 5 with like 18 seconds left. Are you kidding me? So LeBron took the last shot, right, to tie, and he LeBricked it. And it was a long rebound out to Chris Bosh. I don't know why Tim Duncan wasn't in the game, and he kicks it to Ray, who hits the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen from the corner.
No question about that.
Nothing but net. We had to make sure he dribbled one time backward to get his feet behind the line. Okay, this had faint memories of that to it, just faint memories, because if we could see what happened then at the end of regulation last night, we got the LeBron shot, and it bounds up, and all of a sudden it's Porzingis and Kleba, and they are fighting for a rebound that they own. It's Dallas's basketball. It's one or the other has to come away with it. And if one or the other cleanly comes away with the ball, the game is over and you lose.
All you got to do is, hey, if Kleba or Porzingis says, my ball, the other one's going to let it go, but they fight like, no, I got it. And AD somehow gets his hands in there and
I don't know. It felt like they just out-wrestled each other for the ball, and it just goes sideways. And then Wayne Ellington.
Watch AD, Skip.
Yeah, okay. See, well, it was coming loose by then. But Wayne Ellington had to make the pump fake. It was a sweet shot. I'll give you that. That's the shot of the night by far, because Wayne Ellington saves their bacon with this shot, reminiscent faintly of the Danny Green shot, which was 2 years ago on November 1st at Dallas. Against Luka as a baby bird at that point, right? Okay, so then we go to overtime. If we could then see that we got the shot one more time here. We go to overtime thanks to Wayne Ellington. Way to go. And we've got LeBron did score 2 points in overtime when he just got loose down the lane and dunked it. So I give you that. But that was he was very quiet in overtime. And then if we could see what you brought up, the Russell Westbrook shot from 3 with 24 seconds left, it's just hard to believe that this happened because when he shot it, I said, there is no way.
I said the same thing.
There is just no way. And he made it.
I mean, that was.
And then one lucky shot deserves another because Kleba says, well, I'll go you one better. I'll lucky bank this in. And I'm thinking, that is just crazy.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.